This is breaking news from News Channel 11.
Tonight, major changes at East Tennessee State University's athletics department after the university announced plans to fire the women's basketball head coach, Simon Harris, along with ETSU's athletic director, Scott Carter, announcing his resignation effective immediately. A letter from the university's president, Dr. Brian Noland, to Harris calls the coach's behavior surrounding the players, quote, unconscionable. Ansley Daniel has been following this news all afternoon. She joins us now live from ETSU. So, Ansley, what more did you find out in the letter on the allegations against Coach Harris?
Yes, Sarah, that letter brought forth several major allegations saying that Harris violated university policy, but also potentially broke Title IX as well as NCAA rules. The university also citing ETSU's reputation, often in that letter, as one of the grounds for him to potentially be fired.
It's been a tough day, there's no question about it. It's been very, very difficult for a lot of people.
Following the resignation of ETSU Athletic Director Scott Carter, university officials named Doc Sanders as the interim athletic director. His first act in the post addressed the university's intent to terminate the women's basketball head coach, Simon Harris.
We're going to clean up any processes that we have both on and off the field that might not be the best that it can be. We're going to address the issues that surfaced in the Title IX compliance report and make sure that none of those things ever happen in the future.
The 3-page termination letter claims Harris had a team rule that was against the university's standards and violates its anti-discrimination policy. That rule could also be a Title IX violation. However, the school would not elaborate on what that team rule was.
We really don't know that if there is an NCAA violation, but to be on the ultra safe side, we're going to do everything we can to investigate that.
ETSU says Harris went against school and possibly NCAA rules by treating those two players more harshly than others, removing them from the team, and trying to take away their scholarships mid-year. In a statement, the university said that Harris's reports were unfounded and he, quote, removed the complainants from the team for allegedly violating team rules, but did not remove other players who were found to have committed similar or potentially more serious violations. These findings are the result of an investigation by the school's Office of University Compliance.
I think it probably started back in January or February. Is that right? So it's been a long time coming, yes. It's very in-depth, I guess I can say that.
The school says its investigation revealed Harris was evasive and misleading, providing an altered version of team rules and coercing another player to get information about the disciplined players in exchange for help with legal and academic issues. ETSU intends to terminate Coach Harris's employment at 5 p.m. on August the 15th. Right now, he's suspended without pay.
They take it seriously. They take their basketball, they take their academic career very seriously, and so their life path has been changed because of this. But our expectation is to make that life path even better.
ETSU would not release the names of the two former women's basketball players whose complaints sparked this investigation. Now, Coach Harris does have the opportunity to appeal the findings that the university brought forth in that letter. Live on ETSU's campus, Ansley Daniel, News Channel 11.
Ansley, thanks. And along with plans to terminate Coach Harris, other big changes at the university, ETSU announced the resignation of the Director of Intercollegiate Athletics, Scott Carter, who's been at the university since August of 2017. Sports Director Kenny Hawkins joins us now. Now, Kenny, the university said there's no connection between these two events, but it's really big to have two of these things happen at once in one day.
I mean, back to back. I mean, before you could get your breath, 10 minutes later, here comes another one. So it's bam, bam, and you're thinking, okay, well, these have to be related. But we heard today from Doc Sanders that these two were not related, so it makes you wonder just exactly what went wrong, obviously, with both. Because when you talk about Scott Carter, listen, his dream hire is George Quarles. He opens up his season in 31 days, so you finally get the guy you wanted for the football program, and now you're done. You're tired. You want to go home and spend time with your family. Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But you just have to think if there's something else. So. Big surprise.
Okay, so that was going to be my next question. If this was a surprise to you, or did you see any of this coming or rumbles of this?
No, neither. neither.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't, as I mentioned earlier, I talked to Scott about a week ago on the weekend at the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame. Didn't mention anything or bring it up or even acted like he wasn't coming back. In fact, there were some things that we talked about next season that we planned on doing as far as the Hall of Fame was concerned. I have not talked to Coach Harris, who I try to reach out to a couple of times a day. Have not talked to him in a couple of weeks, but he was excited about the 12 or 13 girls that he signed for this upcoming basketball season.
All right, Kenny Hawkins with some perspective. We'll check in with you a little bit later. Thanks, Kenny.